traveled to Jerusalem to celebrate the Passover with the disciples. On their way, they passed a small village. Jesus told two of the disciples, "Go into the town where you will see a donkey and a colt. Bring the colt to me." The disciples came to the village and they found a donkey and her colt, just as Jesus had said. When they took the colt, some men came and said, "Why are you taking the colt? It is not yours." But the disciples answered, "The Lord needs the colt, and he will soon return it." It was Jesus who had told the disciples to answer in this way, should anybody ask them. Then they brought the colt to Jesus. Word spread quickly that Jesus was coming to Jerusalem. People cut leafy branches from the palm trees and waved the branches like flags. They laid their fruits in motion across the road before them. They were hoping Jesus would be the new king to rule in Israel. They shouted, "Blessed who comes in the name of the Lord. Hosanna in the highest."
Hosanna in the highest!
A few days later, Jesus celebrated the Passover meal with his disciples. Jesus said, "Soon I'll give my life as a sacrifice for the sins of the world." But Jesus then said, "One of you has made an evil plan against me and is going to help my enemies." The disciples were very surprised to hear this. Who could do such a thing? But Jesus got up and left without saying a word. He left the room. When it was over, Jesus said, "Come, let us go and pray." They went to a garden called Gethsemane. Jesus told the disciples, "Wait and pray for him as he went to be alone." Jesus went further into the garden to pray. While Jesus was in the garden, Judas went to the Jewish leaders. For a long time they had been looking for a chance to arrest Jesus. Judas told them where they could find Jesus. He said, "I'll walk up to Jesus and kiss him." In this way, the soldiers would know which man to arrest. They came to the garden and Judas went up to Jesus and kissed him. Then they took Jesus away and brought him to the most important place in Jerusalem. There they raised the false charges against Jesus all night long. They wanted Jesus to be put to his death. The high priest could not sentence Jesus to his death. So the next morning he was brought to Pilate, the Roman leader of the era. Pilate could see that Jesus was a good man and had not broken any law. But the big crowd shouted louder and louder, "This man must die!" Pilate could not stand the pressure from the people, so he allowed Jesus to be taken outside of the city by the crowd and put to his death on a cross. Soldiers had Jesus crucified outside Jerusalem. Two criminal robbers also hung on crosses, one on each side of Jesus. The sun disappeared and a great darkness came. "It is finished," Jesus said, and then he died. Now Jesus had done all God asked him to do. Mary Magdalene went outside. When she entered, she saw two angels. One of them said, "Why are you looking for Jesus here? He has risen from the dead and is alive again, just as he said. Go and tell his disciples." They were afraid yet with joy. Later that day, while the disciples were together in the house, Jesus came into the room. The disciples talked with Jesus and They saw his wonders. Jesus also appeared many other times. All who met Jesus were sure that he was now alive again. God has raised him from the dead.